Usually when you learn a new language, you spend hours and hours studying with books.
Oh, absolutely. Tons of time.
Right. And you learn these big, important words to talk about business or maybe, I don't know, science or politics. You study hard and you pass your tests.
Yes, you do.
But then you walk into your own kitchen and, well, there are dirty plates everywhere. You want to explain this mess to a friend and suddenly nothing.
Yeah, your mind just goes completely blank.
Exactly. You have no idea what to say.
It is such a common experience for learners. I mean, you have all this advanced, impressive vocabulary in your head, but then you realize you cannot talk about your own home.
It's so true. Well, welcome to our deep dive. Today we are focusing on something very practical, which is the English language of housework.
Very important topic.
It really is. And because our mission today is to help you, the English learner, we are going to adjust our style just a little bit today.
That is right. Today, we're going to speak at a naturally slow, clear, and measured pace.
Yes, we want to make sure every single word and idea is easy to understand.
Exactly. We want to create a warm, encouraging space for you to practice your listening.
Because our goal today is to bridge a very specific gap. We want to take you from knowing formal textbook English to sounding completely natural in your everyday life.
Right. We are going to help you stop sounding like a dictionary.
Because there really is a funny paradox here,
Oh, for sure. You might know how to discuss global economics in perfect English, but when you are looking at a messy bedroom, you just freeze.
You do.
You simply do not know the verbs.
It's so true. I think the best way to understand this is to look at the emotional journey of cleaning a house.
I love that idea.
So let's start right at the front door. We have a great story from our source materials to begin with.
Oh, the story about Michael, right?
Yes, exactly. So imagine a man named Michael. He comes home from a very long day at work. He opens his front door, and he immediately regrets it.
Because the apartment is a complete disaster.
Yes. His winter jacket is lying on the sofa. His shoes are right in the middle of the hall. There are clothes thrown on the floor.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And there is an old coffee cup sitting on his desk. Our source actually says the coffee cup is so old, it has basically become part of the furniture.
Wow. And then, well, the absolute worst thing happens. His phone rings.
Right. It's his friend. And the friend says, hey, I'm in your neighborhood. Can I come over?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so Michael says yes, but he only has 20 minutes before the friend arrives.
So think about what happens next. Michael does not actually clean his apartment. He panics.
Completely panics. He runs around. He grabs everything in the living room, the clothes, the books, the old coffee cup, and he throws all of it into his bedroom.
Yes.
Then he closes the bedroom door. He did not clean the apartment at all. He just hid the evidence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what is fascinating here is the difference between two very important verbs in English. We have the normal verb clean, and we have the phrasal verb tidy up.
Tidy up, okay.
Right. When Michael threw all his things into the bedroom, he was trying to tidy up the living room.
Wait, let me make sure I understand this completely. If I say organize the books on my shelf, am I cleaning or am I tidying up?
You are tidying up.
Okay, but what if I wipe the dust off the books while I organize them?
Now, that is a great question, and it shows why these words can be so confusing for learners.
Right, because it feels similar.
It does, but clean means you are actually removing dirt, dust, or stains. You are using soap, water, or a cloth.
Okay.
But tidy up means you are just putting things back in their proper place. You are making a messy room look neat again. You can tidy up a bedroom, or you can tidy up a living room. You are just organizing the objects.
Ah, I see. So if I organize my books, I am tidying up. But the moment I use a wet cloth to remove dust, I am cleaning.
Exactly. If there is no real dirt, you don't need to clean. You just need to tidy up.
Wow, this makes so much sense. Tidying up is about creating visual order. Cleaning is about removing dirt.
That is a perfect way to summarize it.
So why is it so important for a learner to know the difference? I mean, why does it sound strange to a native speaker if someone confuses these two words?
Well, because native speakers separate these two actions in their daily lives.
Right.
If you say to a friend, I need to clean my room, but there's just a jacket on the bed and some papers on the desk, your friend will be very confused.
They will think it's actually dirty.
Yes. They will think, why? Your room is not dirty. The natural thing to say is, I need to tidy up my room.
That is so helpful.
Or, if someone is waiting for you, you can simply say, give me 5 minutes, I need to tidy up.
Okay, that is a great tip. And our research also gives us a very natural way to describe the room before you tidy up.
Oh, yes.
A learner might look at the clothes on the floor and say, My room is very disorganized.
Yes, and that sounds exactly like a textbook.
It really does.
Disorganized is a clinical word. It sounds like you are talking about a filing cabinet in an office. Nobody talks like that when they're standing in their own home.
So what should they say instead?
Instead, you should say, my room is a mess.
A mess.
Right. Or, if it is really, really bad, you can say, my room is a disaster.
It's a mess is such a high-frequency phrase. You will hear it all the time in English movies and daily conversations.
You will. It is simple, but it feels very human. It perfectly captures that feeling of life being a little bit chaotic.
So let's continue our journey through the house.
Okay, where to next?
Well, the living room is now tidy. Michael's shoes are put away. The papers are organized. But that panic of hiding things in the bedroom gives way to a new kind of dread.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we naturally move into the room where you cannot just hide the mess. You actually have to face the dirt.
Ugh, the kitchen.
The kitchen,
The kitchen is definitely where a lot of learners struggle to use natural English.
I can imagine. So let's set the scene for you, the listener. You just finished eating dinner. There are 10 dirty plates sitting in the sink.
That's a lot of plates.
Yeah, and the extra food is still on the table. So what is the very first thing you need to do?
Well, the natural sequence is to start with the table. First, you need to clear the table.
Clear the table, and we'll look at that word clear. It means you remove everything, right?
Yes.
You take the plates, the cups, and the food off the table until it is completely empty.
Exactly. You make the space clear. Then, the next step is to wipe down the counter.
I really want to focus on that phrase, actually. Wipe down. Why do we add the word down?
This is a great example of why native English speakers love phrasal verbs.
They really do.
To wipe something means to clean its surface with a cloth. But adding down gives the action a physical direction.
Oh, interesting.
It makes the verb feel more active and complete. You do not say, I will clean the surface of the kitchen counter with a wet cloth.
Right. That is way too long and formal.
Exactly. You just say, I will wipe down the counter.
I love that. It creates a picture in your mind. You can almost see the person moving the cloth across the surface.
Yes, you can.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. We have all those dirty plates sitting near the sink. We have a very specific verb choice here in English.
We do.
We say, do the dishes. We do not say make the dishes.
This is a very, very common mistake. In many languages, the verb for do and the verb for make are the exact same word.
Right.
But in English, they have very different uses.
I hear learners use make all the time because they translate directly from their native language. But you have to think about how funny this sounds to an English speaker.
It sounds hilarious, honestly.
If you say make the dishes, it sounds like you're working in a factory.
Yeah.
It sounds like you have a hot fire and you are physically building brand new plates out of clay.
It paints a very funny, very confusing picture. Make usually means you are creating something new.
Right.
You make dinner, you make a cake.
Right.
But you are not creating new plates. You are performing a regular task. So you do the dishes.
Okay, so a real conversation in a home sounds like this. Are you going to do the dishes?
Yeah, I'll do them in a minute.
Simple, natural, and correct.
Yes. Now, what happens if you do not do the dishes?
Oh boy.
Let's say you leave those 10 plates in the sink. The next day, you add 5 more plates.
It's getting worse.
The day after that, you add even more plates. A learner might look at that and say, the dishes are accumulating.
And once again, accumulating is a fantastic word. If you are in a science class or maybe a business meeting talking about money.
Exactly. But in a dirty kitchen, it is way too formal.
So what is the natural phrase?
The natural phrase to use here is piling up. The dishes are piling up.
Piling up. I love that phrase because it explains exactly what is happening.
It does.
A pile is things stacked on top of each other. So when something is piling up, it is gradually becoming a larger amount because you are ignoring it.
Yes.
It creates a sort of vertical stress.
Yeah.
You can literally see a tall pile of dirty plates growing higher and higher.
Exactly. The phrase carries a strong feeling of stress. And it is not just used for dishes. You can say, your work is piling up.
Right. Or your emails are piling up.
Yes, that is a very common one.
And of course, your laundry can pile up. Which brings us perfectly to the next room in our house. We are leaving the kitchen, and we are walking into the bedroom to look at a massive pile of dirty clothes.
Ah, the laundry disaster.
Yes. There is a truly tragic story from our notes about laundry.
I know exactly which one you mean.
So imagine you are doing your laundry on a Saturday morning. You put everything into the washing machine. Your favorite shirts, your white towels, your blue jeans.
But you forget one very important step.
You forget the golden rule of housework. Check your pockets before you do the laundry.
And in this story, there was a blue ink pen left inside a pair of jeans.
A blue inked pen. The machine turns on, the water mixes with the ink, and an hour later when the machine opens, absolute disaster.
Everything is blue.
The shirts are blue, the towels are blue, the inside of the washing machine is blue. The whole weekend is ruined.
It is a very hard lesson to learn. But notice the English phrase there. Just like with the dishes, we use the verb do. We say, do the laundry. We never say make the laundry, for the exact same reasons we discussed before.
And when you put the clothes into the washing machine, there's a specific word we use for that exact amount of clothes, right?
Yes. It is called a load of laundry.
A load.
One full cycle of the washing machine is one load. So you might say to your family, I need to do a load of laundry tonight.
Why do we use the word load? Doesn't that usually mean a heavy weight?
It does, exactly. It comes from the idea of carrying a heavy burden. Clothes are heavy when you carry them in a basket, so a load represents the physical weight of the chore.
That makes perfect sense. Now, I want to stop here for a moment. We have talked about dishes piling up. We have talked about laundry piling up.
Yes, lots of things piling up.
Can we explore the emotional sequence of having too many chores? Because falling behind sounds like I am running a race against my own house. Why do we use these metaphors of speed and control?
This is a beautiful part of the English language. We have 3 very natural phrases to describe this exact emotional journey.
Okay, let's hear them.
Step 1. You are very busy with work or your daily life. You are not cleaning. The mess is getting bigger. You say, I have let things get out of hand.
Out of hand. That means it is no longer in your hands. You have lost control of the situation.
Correct. You were holding it, and now you've dropped it.
I see.
Then we move to step 2. You look around, and you realize you have missed a lot of work at home. You say, I have fallen behind on the housework.
Fallen behind. This is the race metaphor. It feels like you are walking, but the chores are running faster than you.
That is a great way to picture it.
You cannot keep up with the speed of the men.
Yes. To fall behind means you have not done the things you were supposed to do on time.
Okay, so what is the final step?
Finally, step 3. You find the energy, and you decide to fix the problem. You say, I need to catch up.
Catch up. This means I need to run faster. I need to do the extra work to reach the correct place in the race.
Exactly.
So the sequence is, things get out of hand. I fall behind. Now I need to catch up.
Perfect. And if we think about why this is important for a learner, it gives you emotional fluency.
Emotional fluency, I like that.
You are not just naming objects in a room like plate or shirt.
Yeah.
You are describing your personal stress. You are sharing your daily struggle.
Right, which is much more relatable.
That is how you truly connect with native English speakers. You share the human experience of having a messy life.
That is such a valuable insight. Language is about connection. But sometimes we fall behind on our chores, not because we are busy, but because the chores themselves are just physically exhausting.
Oh, certainly.
Or we fall behind because the people we live with are not helping us at all.
That is always a difficult situation. Let's explore the difficult chores first.
Okay.
Earlier, we talked about wiping down the kitchen counter. That is an easy chore. You just take a cloth and move it lightly across the surface.
Right.
But what if you were trying to clean a very dirty bathtub?
Oh, you definitely cannot just wipe a dirty bathtub.
No.
If there is real dirt stuck to the plastic, whiting will do absolutely nothing.
No, it won't. For that, you have to scrub.
Scrub.
Yeah.
S-C-R-U-B, scrub.
Yes. To scrub means to clean something by rubbing it hard. It requires strong physical pressure.
Like with a brush.
Exactly. You usually need a brush or a rough sponge. You scrub the bathtub. You scrub the dirty floor. If a room has not been cleaned in months, you might look at it and say, it is going to take some serious scrubbing.
I honestly hate scrubbing. It makes my arms so tired.
It is hard work.
But if you do all this hard work, if you wipe and tidy up and scrub the floors, what is the best word to describe the perfect clean apartment?
Spotless.
Spotless. I love that word. It literally means without a spot, not a single spot of dirt anywhere.
It is a great feeling when your home is spotless.
It really is.
But keeping it spotless is very difficult if you live with other people, like family members or roommates.
Oh, yes. What happens when your roommate is not helping with the chores?
This is a huge communication challenge. How do you tell a roommate they are not helping without starting a massive war in the apartment?
Right. If I just look at my roommate and say, you are lazy, The conversation is over. We are going to fight.
Exactly. You cannot just attack them. Native speakers use much softer, more natural phrases to navigate this conflict.
So what is a good phrase to use?
A very common way to complain softly is to say, I feel like I am doing everything around here.
I feel like I'm doing everything around here. I like that because it expresses your frustration, but it focuses on your feelings.
Yes, you are not directly attacking the other person.
But sometimes, soft complaints do not work. If you need to be more direct, our notes mention a very strong, very famous idiom in English.
Yes, you need to pull your weight.
Pull your weight. Let's break down that metaphor. Imagine two people pulling a heavy wooden cart up a hill.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
If one person stops pulling, the other person suddenly feels all the extra weight.
That is exactly where the phrase comes from. You need to pull your weight. It means you must do your fair share of the work. It is a serious phrase.
But how can a learner use a serious phrase like, pull your weight, politely? How do you say it without shouting?
The secret is all about the tone of your voice and the words you place right before the idiom.
No.
You do not want to yell it across the room. Instead, use a calm, measured voice. You can soften the blow by saying, I don't mind cleaning, but I really need you to pull your weight.
Ah, I see. By starting with I don't mind cleaning, you sound reasonable and calm. You are asking for fairness, not a fight.
That is the key to polite communication.
But wait, what if you are the bad roommate? What if you are the one who has not been cleaning for 2 weeks?
Well, that happens to all of us.
It really does.
When it happens, you need to admit your fault. The natural English phrase here is, I have been slacking.
Slacking. The word slack means loose, right? Like a loose rope that is not tight.
Exactly. If a rope is slacking, it is not holding the tension. If a person is slapping, they are not making enough effort. They are being lazy.
So how do you use it in an apology?
You can apologize naturally by saying, I am sorry, I know I have been slacking on the housework. I will catch up this weekend.
I've been slacking, but I will catch up.
Yeah.
That is a perfect, natural apology. It uses the idioms correctly, and it shows you understand the problem.
We have certainly covered a lot of ground today.
We really have. We traveled from the panic of the messy living room, to the stress of the kitchen, to the tragedy of the laundry, and finally talked about arguing with our roommates.
It was a full house tour.
I think we should do a quick recap of the journey, just to make sure these phrases stick in the mind. Let's remind everyone of the key actions we explored today.
I would be happy to. First, remember that if a room is messy but not dirty, we do not clean it. We tidy up. We put things back in order.
Right, tidy up.
In the kitchen, we do not make the dishes, we do the dishes.
Do the dishes.
If we ignore those dishes, they do not accumulate, they pile up, they become a tall vertical stack.
Piling up, yes.
We clean the counter by deciding to wipe down the surface with a cloth.
Wiped out.
But if the bathtub is deeply dirty, wiping is not enough. We have to use pressure and scrub it.
Scrub.
When life gets too busy, the mess gets out of our control. It gets out of hand.
Out of hand.
Because we are running slower than the chores, we fall behind.
Fall behind.
Then we do the extra work to run faster and catch up.
And if you live with someone, you must make sure they pull the heavy cart with you. Make sure they pull their weight.
Exactly.
If everyone does their fair share and nobody is slacking, your apartment will be absolutely spotless.
The most important thing to remember is that you do not need complicated academic English to sound natural. These simple physical phrases are exactly what native speakers use every single day in their homes.
So true. Now we have a specific challenge for you, the listener. We want you to stop and look around your own home right now. Look at your living room, look at your kitchen, or look at your bedroom.
Think in English. Look at the objects around you, what needs to be done.
Complete this sentence in your head right now. I really need to blank, because blank.
For example, you might look at your desk and think, I really need to tidy up my room because my friend is coming over.
Or you might look at the corner of your bedroom and think, I really need to do a load of laundry because I have absolutely no clean clothes left.
Try to build that sentence in your mind today. Connect these English words to your real physical life.
Because practicing in your own space, with your own mess, is the best way to remember the vocabulary.
It truly is.
I want to leave you with one final thought to ponder as we finish. Building on everything we discussed today, I really believe that the truest test of language fluency is not giving a big, important speech in a corporate boardroom.
Oh. What do you think is the truest test?
I think the truest test of fluency is being able to complain naturally about your messy house when you are completely alone.
Oh, I see what you mean.
If you can stand in your kitchen at midnight, Look at the sink, let out a tired sigh, and mumble to yourself, "Whew, the dishes are piling up, you're really falling behind." Then you have truly mastered the language.
That is a very powerful way to look at it. Fluency does not start in a textbook, it starts at home.
Exactly. Mastering the language of your private everyday life is the real secret to feeling at home in a new language. So keep practicing. Talk to yourself while you wipe down the counters.
Mumble in English while you check your pockets for blue ink pens.
Yes. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Keep up the great work with your English learning, and we will be here with more everyday insights next time.
And remember, if your house looks terrible and your best friend is knocking on the front door, do not panic. Just throw everything into the bedroom and close the door. We promise we won't tell anyone you didn't actually clean. Goodbye, everyone.